Yes. What's your name?
Operator N410.
Okay. Yes. Bizarre. What's going on? Um, yes. So I was given criminal trespasses at multiple different locations, and I just want to know what they are putting in the reports because the police were actually trying to cover for crimes. I was being harassed. I'm trying to establish, get evidence of corruption with multiple different police departments. I was detained 2 times at a domestic violence organization, one safe place, and denied assistance, and given a criminal trespass for exposing crimes at Walmart I was being terrorized in. They got spooked when I was being terrorized at Arbor Lawn Church, and the police came and they banned me from Beautiful Feet for reporting harassment there. It was on camera footage, a stranger deliberately trying to trip me. And I was treated like this repeatedly over and over again. And I was trying to obtain evidence of how I've been getting harassed. It appeared that the police department was there setting it up, so therefore they were covering for it. I never saw so many police at churches. Since I've been targeted, they're always supervising my church or enlisting civilians in crimes. So if you can explain what they're putting in the reports, because when I'm in jail on false charges or being detained, I'm not able to go to court to figure out what's going on.
Okay, so I can't give you that information, but I could give you the phone number to our open records department. You could go ahead and contact them.
The open records,
Yes, ma'am.
okay, they open at 7, so they'll be able to tell me.
I'm sorry?
I did
Please
contact
contact
Eternal
them.
Affairs. I contacted Eternal Affairs and didn't really get anywhere. It's all on camera footage. I
Correct. I
just don't
understand, but you
understand
have to
why the police
contact
department
the public
would
records.
violate me and then people I'm calling disregarded, extreme events. They talk over me and try to disregard my report repeatedly over and over for years.
Okay,
They do this at church. That's why I'm
I
upset
understand.
because I don't understand why churches become callous. That's why I'm trying
I
to
understand.
obtain evidence that someone is
Ma'am,
controlling my
ma'am,
environments.
like I said, you'll have to contact the
Very, very
records
difficult
department.
when
I can
every
go ahead and
place
give
I'm
you the
at is
phone
covering
number.
for crimes, man. It has to be a point in time where people are ethical and abide by the law, and I just can't find it.
Okay, I understand. Would you like the records department phone number?
Okay, one moment. Let me get something to write with. And you're sure this is the police department?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm just curious that I've called all over the United States for almost 10 years plus, and everywhere I'm calling is covering for crimes. Amazon, everywhere I'm calling. And in fact, before I started recording my calls, 911 used to hang up in my face to cover for me being robbed, attacked, and other crimes. And I found it peculiar that you would call 911 panicking and they cover for crimes. And then for some reason, when I report this insanity, the 6 or 7 police have came at maximum to intimidate me and bully me for reporting the mysterious things going on with my phone. Why would the police department find it to be a threat that I'm reporting what's going on with my devices? To where they had to come like 5 or 6 police deep and then slander me and have the location give me a criminal trespass. Why isn't anyone concerned about the repeated felonies the police department repeatedly racks up year after year? Just going around abusing their badges and guns, terrorizing people, and nobody seems to be concerned about it, including at church. I don't understand why that only scares me
Okay,
when
ma'am. So
police
you have
patrol
a
up
phone
and
number
down the
out there,
streets
correct?
enforcing crimes. And then I'm
Ma'am,
calling on my phone,
ma'am,
and everybody I'm
ma'am,
calling is callous and covering for it, not giving me direction on how to report crimes the police
ma'am,
department keeps committing.
ma'am.
Ma'am, or I don't know if this is the police department. What can you report that the police does? Can you report a live murder, or would I not be able to report it because it's me getting murdered? Can you report if the police department is murdering someone? Is that okay to report that? Or if I'm getting murdered, I can't do that either.
Ma'am, you would contact 911.
I've called 911 and got tickets reporting the police department's crimes. I'm trying to report it now and you keep covering for it. Trying to distract, deflect, and talk over me. This
Okay,
isn't
so
working. They've
what's
been
going on?
committed racking up felonies for themselves a decade plus.
Okay, what's the emergency right now, ma'am?
I didn't call the emergency line. I called the regular police department.
Okay, you're telling me that there's an emergency now. Did you not?
I call the regular line. I explained to you I don't know why I'm getting slandered. I just said that I didn't
You don't have an
understand.
emergency?
I didn't call the emergency line. I don't know what you're talking
Okay,
about.
ma'am.
You're trying
So
to deflect on
I
crimes the
gave
police
you the
department keeps
records,
committing.
department,
I'm not
phone
getting
number.
direction on what to do when the police department's
Ma'am,
committing the crime.
if you would let me speak, I already gave you the phone number for the open records. You
But
would let
that's
me
I'm still can't
then I
report
can
crimes that
give
the
you
police
the
department
information on it.
commits. They're still committing them in every location I'm at. They took my freedom in Fort Worth 2 times at domestic violence organizations. In Fort
Ma'am,
Worth,
do you
gave
have an
me a criminal
emergency right now?
trespass for reporting stolen benefits, and came
Ma'am,
enticed
do
Walmart
you
to
have
be
an emergency
abusive
right
and
now?
threatened my arrest for that.
Do
They
you have an
banned me from
emergency
all
right
kind of
now?
different places in corruption. And if I each time whoever I'm talking to on the phone repeatedly covers for crimes, I don't get anywhere. I pay a phone bill to get defrauded out of funds. You have to prove something like this repeatedly keeps happening. So I don't appreciate going to churches and the churches being accomplices. Everywhere I'm calling is accomplices to my abuse.
Okay, ma'am, for that you're gonna have to contact the church itself. Do you have an emergency going on right now?
I just was trying to get direction on how to report
Okay,
the
ma'am, and I
crimes.
already gave you
It's
the
a
phone
felony
number.
charge to make a false report and take someone's freedom, I thought.
I already gave you the phone numbers.
You gave me the phone number to the records. How's that going to get
Contact them
accountability
and
for
they're
police
gonna try
taking
to
bribes?
explain.
I'm not
You
able to
already
speak,
have that,
ma'am. This is
phone number.
psychologically abusive, like what I experienced at church the other day. I don't think anyone deserves to be treated the way that I repeatedly am treated. The pathological lies, the bribes, the misconduct, the sadistic behavior, the torture. I thought that anyone that committed felony crimes would be held accountable no matter who you were. I think that's the problem. I think the most dangerous criminals are the ones that use their power and privilege to cover for their crimes because they have more power to commit the crimes. Not everyone can go in locations, flash badges and guns, and enforce crimes on people. I think that's a threat. But for the problem of it is everybody I'm talking to behaves like you are, covering for it and condoning it.
Okay, do you have an emergency going on right now?
I didn't call the emergency line. I just didn't want a
I know.
direction. You told me to call the
So I can
records
go ahead and
building.
answer.
I just don't think that I need to be psychologically
Fine.
abused on my phone paying a phone bill. This is a
Fine.
federal charge. I have been defrauded out of funds. Who's investigating it? It's a
Fine.
federal crime.
Fine.
Hacking is a federal crime. And to counterfeit calls and spoof calls, knowing people don't know about that. And I have been defrauded out of funds. It's a pattern that people repeatedly, deliberately try to talk over me. She hung up. So I just want you to understand the relevancy of these videos and me calling. I want you to see how it is purposely orchestrated and how my situation is manipulated and how they are making it impossible. My abuser says that they're taking bribes and the police department's bought off and paid in full. I imagine if you do that, you want to make it impossible where it cannot happen for that person to flee you. And I'm deliberately exposing evidence so you can see that it has been impossible for the police department to investigate themselves for countless felonies they have chosen to rack up. Yes, I'm targeted, and I like to know that if you have records on me.
Okay,
So
what is
I
your
don't.
name,
They
please?
my records disappear, so I want to make sure that you have records.
Okay. What is your name, please?
It's Keyana, Keyana Clark, Clark.
Okay. Do you know when these records should be from?
I kept getting criminal trespasses and corruption. And as I suspect, the police department isn't really giving me criminal trespasses. They just want me to believe that I'm getting criminal trespasses to deprive me of services. So I want to see if they're actually listed because I was trying to build up a paper trail against the police department. They knew that, so they started hiding the criminal trespasses they claimed that they were giving me in corruption. So each time I'm reporting crimes or trying to flee abuse they're enlisted in, they've taken my freedom and given me criminal trespasses and deprived me of records. So there's like 200 plus reports that they're not investigating and deprive me of records for. So I just want to see if your records are missing, like all the other police departments.
I mean, we
got some from 2024, 2023, 2017.
Okay, so what are those records? I mean, what is it?
You'll have to give me a second because I'll
Oh,
have to
okay.
look into every one of them to find out. There's criminal trespassing.
A couple of mental health ones?
Yes.
Okay, where are the mental health ones?
There's several of them. You can always send us an email request asking for these.
Okay. Where do I send the email to?
Public info at fortworthtexas.gov. And so on there, just put that you're looking for any reports involving you within a certain time frame.
Okay, I don't know the time frames because I don't know what they're putting on me in corruption. So what time frames are they? I have no clue what you're talking about. I'm not able to speak, ma'am. I'm asking a question and I repeatedly get treated like this. I don't know what they're putting on me. There's false reports. So I don't know what they're concocting. So I don't know the dates.
Okay. So I see, I think I saw 2017. Let me verify.
I have no clue. I wasn't in Fort Worth in 2017. But that's when my stalker.
Looking at the end of a number somewhere. Okay, so it's 2023 and 2024 is
what was 2017? What was that about?
I was looking at the wrong portion of the number.
Oh, okay. In 2023.
Yeah, so there's a couple in 23 and a couple in 24. So just put that you want any,
a couple
involving you.
A couple. All I know is that I was at One Safe Place Domestic Violence Organization, and they handcuffed me and detained me away when we got away from witnesses. And I don't know if. And then I came back to try to get services and was arrested. So I guess that they slandered me with mental health issues because they know arresting me in corruption would have been too much. So had they had the scam that I was having a mental health crisis for trying to plea abuse they were enlisted in. I find that highly suspicious that the police department is arresting someone and detaining them at a domestic violence organization and still free in the process of doing so. So you have a couple in 2023?
Hold on, I'm trying to get them listed out so I can tell you.
I don't understand why certain people with badges and guns can go patrol up and down the street enforcing crimes and still not be held accountable. I thought that would be more dangerous than normal everyday people that don't have badges and guns. People that abuse their badges and guns. But I guess not everyone thinks like me because it's still happening. So in the email it states the police department's bought off and paid in full. You are powerless. I just want you guys to see that I really am. For years, I have not been able to combat the corruption and the misconduct and criminal activity from government officials. My abuse is enforced by the government.